you ready to master the waves of medical device product development? Well, wax up your surfboard because you are listening to Inspired by Amua. And here is your medical device product development expert, that Hawaiian-hearted hostess who will help you hang 10, Megan Alonso.
E como mai and aloha. You're listening to Inspired by Amua, where we help you master the waves of medical product development. Each week, we interview guests that educate, guide, and inspire to give you and your product the skills you need to hang 10. If this is your first time listening, Amua is spelled I-M-U-A. It's a Hawaiian word, and it means to advance forward with passion despite rough waves. There are plenty of those in medical product development, but keep listening because we've got you covered. So hey, I just wanted to let you know, if you haven't heard already, but this fall I'll be launching a beta program called Invention Idea to Profitable Product. So what that is it's for those of you that have this idea. Maybe you've been working on it for a few years now. Maybe you've been thinking about it for a few months and you're ready to get it off the ground and going, but you're just kind of not sure how to get started. Maybe you've hit some roadblocks in intellectual property, or how to get in front of investors, or what needs to go into my marketing plan. So all these questions floating around in your head, this is exactly what that program answers. And like I said, it's a beta version, so I have 10 spots open at no charge. This is a totally free program to you, as long as you're willing to put in the time to go through it and give me feedback on how you did, what can make it better. So that way, when we do the real launch early to like March-ish of 2017, it's more refined. So there's a few ways you can get involved with this. You can either text the word invention to 44222. So you take out your phone, you type in the number 44222, and then like where you would text someone, you type the word invention. So you can get signed up that way for updates on this. And then the other way, you can just head over to amua-services.com/IIPP. So that's Amua, IMUA-services/IIPP for Invention Idea to Profitable Product. So head on over there. I'd love to have you in the program and we'll get started. So I have 5 intellectual property tips for inventors and startups today. I've been hearing quite a few questions about this, and there's been some buzz. Episode number 7 that I did with Brian Buss on strategies for your IP, that's one of my most popular episodes. So if you haven't listened to that, you can listen to that. You can find that again on amua-services.com. Just look up episode 7. Okay, so we'll get started. The first tip I have for you, and it has a funny story too, so is to shore up any intellectual property that you may have. And this is not just patents. I'm not just talking about that. I'm talking about any copyrights or trademarks you may have, and website domains too. So the funny story is, you may have seen this on the news. It was sometime last year when the early season of elections were going on and all the candidates were out running. So Carly Fiorina was on the late night show with Seth Meyers, and she found out that he was going to kind of poke and prod her because her team failed to secure carlyfiorina.org. They just did it for .com. Well, what happened is someone else bought carlyfiorina.org and put these little sad faces all over the site and put, hey, this is how many people Carly laid off at HP. And so she found this out, and she Google searched sethmeyers.org. Well, there wasn't any sethmeyers.org, so she purchased it right then and there on set, or not on set, but in the green room before she went on set. And when he asked her about it, and he said, hey, you have this tech background, you worked at HP, why didn't you do this? And she said, hey, well, you don't know who has sethmeyers.org, do you? Well, I do. So I'll link to this YouTube video. It's pretty funny. But what I'm getting at is that was a funny example and it ended up being okay. But sometimes it's not. Sometimes you don't know who's purchasing those other domains and what they're going to do with it. So anything related to your name or your product, you want to secure that. The second tip I have for you is about non-disclosure agreements. So I talk with people sometimes, and if you're unfamiliar with this process or unfamiliar with having any intellectual property, a lot of times people are just kind of scared of it and scared of what can happen, and they don't really want to talk with people about it. They're very secretive, and that's okay. I get it, because you're scared of something happening, and this is really important to you, but it's also important that you protect that. And your idea isn't going to go anywhere unless you talk with people about it. You solely alone cannot take your idea and get it on the market. Other people are integral in helping you in that process. So a non-disclosure agreement is just a document that you can have drawn up by your lawyer, or there are templates out there, but I would definitely advise having a lawyer review the template to make sure it has anything it needs to have specific to your industry and your state. So you want to have that. And then you want anyone you talk to about this can be someone that's helping you with your pitch, someone that's giving you consulting on just how to move your product to market, the investors, your product development partners, that your manufacturers. You want everybody to sign this. And that brings me to another point. If you're dealing internationally, you need to check on those laws, because as you probably know, if you bring something abroad, there's a high chance of it being knocked off. So you want to make sure that you have whatever you need to have in that specific country. All right, so tip number 3. When you're dealing with investors or any type of investment, whether it's angel, VC, just a private investor, you need to have an attorney specializing in intellectual property look over to the contract to make sure your interests are protected. So yes, there's general counsel, there's contract lawyers that do this. They can review it if it's not on your side. Maybe it's a contract from the other party. But you also want to have an IP lawyer. Just look it over, make sure from that standpoint that you are protected. All right, tip 4. So work on communicating the value of your IP. Hey, it's your IP, and it's not worth much if you can't show others that it's valuable. And I mean this when you're pitching to investors, when you're trying to get acquired. If you don't have a compelling story about why the world needs this, what it's going to do to disrupt the industry, why this is so much better than the competitors, why this is going to make you as a venture firm tons of money, why you should acquire this intellectual property to round out your existing IP portfolio. Hey, this is going to increase your brand size. Hey, if you don't purchase this IP, hey, I might become that next big player in the industry. So you really want to position it. And this, I'm not really talking about IP here, but it is related. You just want to develop those salesmanship skills and communication skills. Okay, so on to our last tip. And I mentioned earlier episode 7 with Brian Buss. So Brian's company Nevium manages intellectual property, helps you develop an intellectual property strategy with all of the IP that you do have. So you want someone like that to just be able to look at what you have and help you strategize a way to leverage all that. So what are you going to do with it? What are the options you have? Are you going to commercialize it yourself? Are you going to try to get acquired? Maybe you want to be defensive. You want to be offensive. What are those situations for you that's specific with your IP, and how are you going to handle that? So, when you're in product development and you're developing all this, it's a really busy time. So it's worth it just to have someone that you occasionally meet with that can really take care of this, that knows what they're doing. So those are my tips. I would love to hear any feedback. You can connect with me on Twitter. My handle is at Megan M. Alonso. That's MEGHANMALONSO. And have a great day until the next episode. Amua.
Mahalo for joining us. If you're new to riding the waves of medical device product development, or if you've been in development for a while already, Inspired by Amua is here to surf with you. Want to be a master of the waves? Text HANG10, that's all one word, HANGTEN, to 44222. We'll send you the most common wipeouts companies make in product development so you can avoid them and reach master wave status. Again, that's HANG10 to 44222. We publish a new episode every Tuesday, so catch us at inspiredbyamua.com. Amua.